So, I'm quitting social media. First of all, I want to talk about why my mental health has been so bad. 2018, in May, basically the beginning / middle of 2018, my ex-boyfriend Earl commits suicide. And after that, I met Parker, and I thought that he was a godsend because he was sweet, romantic, kind, nice, and he played music, and I thought that it was going to be me and Parker forever. I thought it was going to be a dynamic duo. I thought, I sing, but I can't play an instrument. He plays instruments. We can write music. We can schedule events together. And it was going to be the dynamic duo, and we were going to be a perfect match made in heaven. And it wasn't, because he didn't really want to associate me with his music. He wanted his music life, and he wanted a life with me. But when it came down to it, what he wanted to do more was music. And I didn't... I guess I kept playing along with it for years, hoping that he would come around and be like, oh, well, I don't really need music as long as I have you, or I do need music, but I need you too, and I need you both equally. And 2019, my mom leaves for Florida. She moves down to Florida, which really hurt, and she hates when I bring this up, but the truth, this is the truth. I know she didn't move to hurt me. I know she didn't. It's pretty obvious, but she was my rock. She was my one person that I could be myself around, no matter what emotion I was feeling. She was the one person that I could go to, the one person I was closest to. I can't do that with my aunt or my dad or my grandparents or anybody that was sort of even relatively close to me back when I was in Vermont. I couldn't do that with anybody else. I could only fully accept me for me when I was around my mom, and she left. And plane tickets are a lot of money. So's gas. So it was, to see her once a year for a couple of years, that sucked. So I had to come down here so that I could be closer to her and further away from my ex. And further away from all the drama, frankly. And then, this whole, Stephanie situation, which is my dad's friend, she fights me for 3 hours on TikTok last week, lying. And so let me get this straight. Let me just clarify one thing. I don't like a lot of things in this world, but the one thing that I absolutely hate in this world, and that's a strong word, is liars, which is why I left Parker, why I don't want to deal with Stephanie, why I don't want to deal with a lot of people, because people lie all the time, and I hate it. Just own up to just own up to what you did, bro. Even if it's that bad, I'm gonna own up to my stuff. Yeah, I do. I own up to my stuff. I have been a bitch to a lot of people. I literally have not, I've done and said some things that I regret in my life. Were they, put me in jail worth? No, obviously. They were just hurt somebody that I care about, love. Not hurt somebody that I care about, love, but hurt somebody that I care. So that was that. And going forward, I do miss Vermont. I miss my dog. I miss going to church. I miss hanging out with Parker. But I'm going to make one thing clear, that I intend to cut all ties with Parker. Because of the lies, actually. Like I said, I thought we were going to be this dynamic duo and that music was going to be what we did together, but we could also do things. I didn't want to do music all the time. I wanted to do other things, and he did not. And I tried to open him up to it for years, and it didn't work, and it caused fights, and it caused a lot of damage to both of us. I'll admit, probably to both of us. But last summer, when he said, he asked me to be his girlfriend again. And I said, why do you want me to be your girlfriend again? Like, you have music, blah, blah, blah. You don't need me. You always complain about I'm in your way, stuff like that. And he's like, well, I'm not going to do music anymore. I'm going to quit music because music is the one thing that broke us, and I need you more than I need music. And I stupidly fell for it. Because now he's playing music. All the time. All the time. He's even gotten back into theater now. So, the promise that he made that it was me and him. No more music, no more drama, no more any of this extra bull. That promise was the last promise that I let him break. Because he made it time and time again, and I stupidly fell for it every time, and I'm not going to fall for it anymore. So the reason that I'm cutting ties with Parker is not because I hate him. It's not because I don't like him. It's not because I don't like his music. It's because he broke what was supposed to be so sweet, so sentimental, so heartwarming to the soul, to fix everything and just be happy with the two of us. That he broke that. That's why I want to cut ties with him. And I want to make this very clear. I was there for him through everything. When his parents were mean to him, when work was mean to him, when his friends would judge him, when the law was mean to him, when dirt was mean to him. I don't know. A lot of people were mean to him. And I can kind of see now why. Like, I'm like, why do so many people hate one person? Like, what did this one person do to make everybody hate him? Because I love him. I think he's cute. I think he's sweet. I don't hate him. I don't. But I truly am frustrated and heartbroken by promise after promise after promise that we're going to fix things, that we're going to be happy, that we're going to have our arguments, but they won't be every day. That all of that, after everything that we did for each other, I'm not the only one, that we did for each other, after all of that, he still chose the one thing he knew hurt me the most. So I'm done. Like, and Parker, if you're watching this, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was never enough for you. I'm sorry that I was always an inconvenience for you. You know, when I moved here for 6 months and came back, I thought that you'd love me more and you'd have more of a respect for our relationship, but it didn't happen that way. But you know, after all the shit last summer, after all those words, the promises, the everything, like, that hurts. So if you want to go and play your music, if that's what you're going to do with your life, then just go and do it. You know, because I'm not going to fight about it anymore. I don't want to fight about it anymore. I wanted it to be you and I forever with a musical career, trying new things, doing all these things, growing a family, and I wanted that so bad for us. So if you just want to go and play your music and you don't need me, then that's on you. Because I was there every time something went wrong, every single time. Even when it was me that messed up, I owned up to it, and I was still there. So if you want to go and play music, then that's fine. Go and play music. I'm going to cut ties if that's what you're going to do, because that subject just kills us. And I'm done with it. I have fights with pretty much everybody in my life, and at this point, a lot of it is because of the depression. A lot of it is because of betrayal. And I'm not perfect. I keep saying that. I'm not perfect. Like, I'm guilty of some stuff. But I have to quit social media for right now, because social media right now is only helping with the depression. It's not like in a negative way. Like, it's only pushing the depression worse. And I didn't want to make this decision because, I grew up kind of around social media when I was a teenager, and I have a lot of stuff on these platforms that I like to look back on. But I have to quit social media right now because I have to cut ties with a lot of people. With Parker, with Stephanie, with my dad for a little while. Like, and all the cyberbullies. I need to cut ties with all of those people. I don't know if it's a forever thing, but it just makes it all worse. And I personally feel like, I probably could go lower than I am right now, but I also know that I've never felt so low in my entire life. So that's why I'm quitting social media. That's my plan on moving forward. I hope to see everybody on my social medias again: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube. Those are the 5 social medias that I really had and interacted with. But for now, this is goodbye. I have to work on my own mental health. I have to work on my own life. And yeah. I'm sorry to anybody that I've hurt. I really am. Parker's included in that. My father's included in that. Earl is included in that. My mother's included in that. A lot of people. I really do want to try to make things better, but I also want to make things better for myself too. And this is the way that I am trying right now. So I hope you guys can all understand. I know I don't get a whole lot of views on my YouTube anyway, but for those that do, I hope you all understand. And maybe I'll see you again someday. Red Rose 24100, out.